As part of the series, we're going to be following my journey as I learn to convert my 2006 Toyota Hiace Commuter into a fully off-grid camper van. So just tidied up a few details which I think have actually made a big difference. It doesn't look that neat now, but it will, the messy bits will be covered and it'll be paint. I'll make sure I paint the edges, but essentially you've got there used to be a massive gap that ran all the way along there, so scribed a piece there so you see the wood from the moment you get in. That's scribed to this section so it sort of maps the curve, and then just cut in this sort of awkward piece here. I'm going to sort of fill the gaps and paint it all over, so it should look pretty neat. And then now that I've done that, I can start measuring the full width to work out where the air conditioning cabinet's going to go. This has just got I've got 2 screws at the front, one into the metal, one into a small sort of wooden stud I added just to give it a bit more grip, and then the rest here is actually just liquid nails. There's quite a lot of tension with the rubber seal holding it in place, so happy with that. If it's not secure enough, once it's cured, I'll add in an extra screw. But yeah, you can see there's a bit of flex here, so I might add in a clamp just to do that. But yeah, I think that looks pretty nice. Pretty happy with that. Onto this. Also, just ticked off this piece. And it looks really crappy, but basically when I cut the floor, I wasn't sure how I was going to do the doorway. I ended up making the wrong call, so I left this sort of stupid gap around the edge. I've now just tried to fill that in so it maps the curve of the step. That's all done with liquid nails, clamped in, so that should be really sturdy, and that means the floor planks can go on top of that. And I've got a nice idea for how I'm going to do the doorway. So I've basically got these vents that were from the van originally, and I kind of like to use them again, but I want them to match the sort of stained wood effect. So I'm just going to do a couple of tests now. I've got this this kind of like a throwaway piece that I'm not going to use again. So I'm going to try staining this plastic. I'm not sure if you can stain plastic, but it seems to have made it's incredibly hard to clean the stain off other stuff, so hopefully it will work on this. I'll give it a go and then we can see. First signs is that no, it doesn't really work, but we'll give it a chance to dry, see what it comes out like, because it could look quite nice. The other option is to potentially do it black, spray it black, but I'm not sure. See, I'm not sure how well you can see this, but it doesn't come out that nicely. It's still, I wonder if you could sand it down, whether that would make a difference. But yeah, no, at the moment it's sort of, the plastic's got kind of a gloss to it, which means that the stain obviously isn't seeping in. So I'll give it a second coat, see if that works, and if not, we'll have to go for the spray gun. So, having let this dry and put 2 coats on, I'm actually pretty happy with it, so that's what I'm going to go for the grids, or grates rather. Just going to stain them and get that installed. So I'm just cutting the sections here, as you can probably see, just making sure that sits flush. Probably just going to glue them on, And yeah, just about to do the other side, then I'll stain them, then I'll put up. Those just drying there, they've come out quite nicely. I'm just going to even wipe down afterwards to give a nice finish. I've got this board now stained up because of where it's going to be situated, and there's going to be quite a lot of obviously cold air, potentially some moisture, that sort of thing. I'm just backing it with this reflective insulation film that I used for some of the insulation. So I'm going to put spray adhesive mount on the back of this. And then I will mount that, and hopefully that will stop any of the moisture getting into the board, but also just generally provide protection and sort of help sort of funnel the air out of the holes. So once you've applied it, you leave it to dry and sort of get tacky. Apply this, but in this case you also want to do, because you want a permanent bond, you actually need to do both sides, so I'm just going to try and do that. So I'll make sure I go finish the other piece, but you can see what I'm going for. I'm going to cut the holes out here and make sure it's trimmed to the edges, and then at least I think this will have a little bit more protection. Super happy with how this is turning out. I've just got it clamped so that we can make sure that the vents will pop up, but like it looks super nice. The stain on the vents isn't quite the same as the wood, but it looks pretty good depending on what light you're looking at. This comes almost to the edge. I'm going to put a little gap there. With this section I actually put that piece of wood over the top against the wall, so if you look up the gap on the side all you see is dark wood, so that's fine. There you go. So now I'm just going to put in I think I'm just going to put up tongue and groove pieces along that diagonal, and hopefully it should look nice. I reckon I'll do 2 rows of vents. I'm going to do one line along here. I'm going to put the wood up first, then cut the holes. Not sure if that's the best choice, but at least then it'll be all secure. I think if I have holes in the tongue groove it'll be too weak otherwise. So I put these there, and I can stain them afterwards because there's actually no white nearby. My only worry is air going up behind the ceiling, but there's actually insulation all through there, so it should be fine. Yeah, I just want to make sure there's enough holes and that kind of thing around there. And I don't know, bit of a botch job as you can probably tell, but I think it will look quite nice in the end. So I'm just finishing up for the day. Didn't get everything done, but ticked a few things off my list. Made quite good progress on this, which I'm fairly happy with. Half of it was deciding what to do, but yeah, so now I've got these 4 or 5 pieces up. Gonna obviously finish off that section tomorrow, and that section, stain the whole lot, and then cut some holes where the air is going to come out. But super happy with it. I think it looks really nice, or it will look really nice. So now you can see what the looks like without the clamps. The vents there, stained, look really nice and kind of sort of subtly hidden. So there's 2 big sort of downward drafts from there, and then I'll cut holes in this front piece so that you can get that breeze into the main compartment. Okay, so when you're working in a van, you're invariably going to get to these situations where you've got these sort of annoying curved surfaces that you have to sort of fit a piece of wood to, which tend to be really tricky, and this is just part of the whole van build process because nothing's square. So in this case I've got these sort of tongue and groove planks going across here, and I've just cut lots of sections of them that are the equal height, so that I know what the let's call it the baseline length should be. But for this section the roof really curves down, so it's kind of much harder to do. So you basically need to scribe the edge, which is basically where you map the curve of the ceiling with a pencil, and then you can cut to that. So I've already cut these at 45 degrees so that it matches these. But basically you put the piece there and you put it as far as it can go up where one piece is in contact with the wall. So you might not be able to see this, but essentially this corner is touching the wall. And then you can create all sorts of, let's call them jigs or whatever. I tend to do it just by a firm grip with a finger, but you can do it with something like this where it's like a piece of wood and an elastic band. So you've just got something to map to the edge and then obviously your pencil. The idea is you look at the furthest point away from the wood first and you map that, and so you make sure your scribing tool is there, and then you just follow the curve down. So yeah, let's just have another crack at that. So what you end up with, it's not a great line, but you can actually see the curve of the wall on there. So here's one I did earlier. What I've done is with my jigsaw, actually has the ability to cut an angle. So I went and cut this angle 45 degrees so it matches everything else. And what you can see is it slots in just like that, maps the curve really nicely. It's pretty, I don't know how well you can see it, but it's pretty neat. And yeah, that's kind of how you do that. And so yeah, I'll just screw this in, no problem. Nice, so this is done now. Not really as neat as I want, but I think once the stain is on, it will look, you won't be able to see a lot of the imperfections. So I'm going to stain it first, and then I'll work out how to do the vents later. These vents are obviously in already, they're underneath ones, but I want to have a few holes for it to come out the front. So I'll just cross that bridge later. Yeah, just need a quick stain. I've masked off the areas because I've got it on the white paint a few times. But yeah, really happy with that.